Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also, check out the new third wave of the third wave merchandise, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So, by the looks of it, Cardano is going down into an ABC structure. Now, the low could be in. As you can see, we are getting another reaction to the 0.32 support level, but we could always go lower. And please not forget, if we break below this high right here, which is exactly at the 50% extension, that is going to turn this 1, 2, 3 setup into a diagonal, well, with the fourth wave included, and that's not gonna be the best thing in the world. So what we need to do right now is hopefully get a bounce, because if we do not, then we are dropping to the next extension, which is at 74.5 cents. Now, we also have something on the RSI. We have this trend line, and maybe the price will react here. Even if that's the case, I mean, we have to go down a bit lower, maybe around, let's say, about 75 cents at least to get to that level, and we could get a bounce right there. And I talked about this yesterday. I mean, we had a 1-2 setup on the chart. We had this right here, and it got invalidated, and that's not the worst thing in the world, because the fourth wave move down could, the fourth wave move down going to the 50% extension is not the worst thing in the world. Now, if we go lower, I will also adjust the level for the fifth wave, and the lower we go, the higher the fifth wave will go. So even if we drop to, like, let's see, about 74.5 cents or even the 618, then the fifth wave move up will be even higher, which is good. So this is what we're waiting for right now. In case you don't know what we're doing, and in case you don't understand the setup, right now we are in this 1-2 setup, and we are working on the third wave of this 1-2 setup, and we are in the fourth wave of that third wave, meaning that we are expecting a low in this region, and this is the support zone. So people always ask me when they should buy and when they should sell, and obviously I'm not gonna give you financial advice because I don't want you to sue me, but I mean, I always say this: the best time to buy is when the chart is in the support zone, and the best time to sell is when it's, at the resistance levels. But keep in mind, this is pretty much only for the short term. If you want to do this for the long term as well, I mean, it works like that. It works in a similar way, but it's not the same way, so please be, aware of that. I mean, yes, the big support zone is also for buying, and the big resistance level is also for selling, but I mean, I suggest at least taking some profits on the way up, because maybe we're not gonna get to these levels, so be careful with that. And the market is still looking pretty good. I mean, if you look at the RSI right now, we went from being overbought on the 4-hour when Cardano was at 84 cents to now being at an RSI of 39, so we are in a downtrend, but the price is not in a downtrend, it's just going sideways, and this is usually extremely bullish, because after something like this we go up. I mean, usually, most of the time at least. Now, please be aware of the fact that we got below the 200-day moving average, so we need to break above that, and well, we need to form a 1-2 setup here like we had over here, and that's gonna be the 1-2 setup for the fifth wave. And then, well, to confirm that the low is in, we kind of need to form the first wave right here. And well, for that I'm gonna have to talk about the 10-minute chart, and I'm not gonna talk about that, but let's say if we go above 84.1 cents, then the low will most likely already be in, but only after we get to that level, so please be aware of that. Now, right now we are at the bull market support band, and I said this, but we are still waiting for a cross on the bull market support band, and this could take another week or two. But as you can see, the green line is approaching the red line. I believe some other altcoins, for example Near Protocol, have almost gotten a cross, and well, yeah, we're waiting for that, and once it happens, it's gonna be the perfect time to start the third wave of the third wave of the third wave. But keep in mind, I mean, what we have right now on the chart, this move to the downside, is completely normal. And well, that's it about the short term. Now let's talk about the daily chart for a second. The daily chart, I mean, we have an uptrend right here on the RSI as well, which is good. I could actually put a trend line right here, and I don't know if we will drop to it, but it's possible. So let me adjust it, and it should look something like this. So we could actually bounce at at an RSI of about 52, and if that were to happen, I mean, that would put us at like 75 cents or so, maybe 73 cents. So the daily chart is still looking extremely bullish, and oh, this ABC structure is not supposed to be only daily. Let me actually fix this real quick because it's gonna confuse a lot of people. So actually I'm gonna cut here. All right, back to the daily chart. So we're still above the bull market support band. We are not above the 200-day moving average. However, we are just doing what we did in the previous cycle right here in the second one to set up on the chart. As you can see here, we got above the bull market support band, and then we pretty much, I mean, here we even, stayed between it before getting above it, and then we got above it and we went sideways for some time until we had a cross. Now, please do not forget, when we actually went sideways, we also had a 1-2 setup. This was a 1-2 setup on the chart. And I am not saying that it's going to happen again, but it's most definitely going to happen again. And well, after that, we're expecting the biggest move in the cycle. And I mean, during that time, Bitcoin dominance will start breaking down like crazy, but you just need some patience because I mean, these moves, they do not happen in one day. I am aware of the fact that, Cardano, I mean, I said that in 1 month from, now it should be at all-time highs, at least based on what happened here and based on how the, setup looks like, and based on the fact that the summer drop on the Bitcoin chart could still happen. So we have like 1 month left, which is good. Now, is it possible to get to the previous all-time highs in just 1 month? Well, although in my opinion, I think it is because, well, if you look at what happened over here, I mean, people back here, I mean, Cardano was at like 12 cents and it went to like $1.40 in a matter of like, what was this, about 2 months. So it's definitely possible for Cardano to get to the previous all-time highs from where we're at right now. I mean, that would not really be a huge move when you compare it to what happened in November. I mean, in November, we went up 370% or so from this low right here. So if we take the let's say the low right here from the low, we would need to go up about 500%. However, from where we're at right now, we would need to go up like 350% to actually break above the all-time highs and get to the 1.618 of the 1-2 setup on the chart for the third wave of the third wave. So I think we're in a very bullish cycle, and I think Bitcoin will wake up very, very soon. Speaking of Bitcoin, we need to talk about the 4-hour chart because it's important. As you can see, the price is in an uptrend still, but the RSI actually cooled off a lot, which is very, very good. Could we theoretically drop below 100K and then maybe get to the oversold territory on the 4-hour RSI? Well, yes, we could do that. And if we do that, that's actually going to be extremely bullish because the last time we got to the oversold territory was right here when Bitcoin was at $75,000, $74,000. And right now, I mean, if we were to get to the oversold territory, I think a drop to about $98,000 would be enough to get to that level, maybe 97 or maybe even the trend line right here. Also, look at the bull market support band. It's about to have a cross. And as we have seen, in the previous year, I think that last year, before we had a cross, we actually had a move to the downside right here. So I think this is what we're doing right now. The, price is just waiting for the cross. And once we get the cross, then something like this will most likely happen. I mean, here we went from, let's see, we got the cross exactly when Bitcoin was at $68,000. And then after that, it went up to about $110,000. So I don't know if we will still get the summer drop because we're about to have a cross. And usually when we get a cross on the Bitcoin chart, it goes up for about 6 months. That's what it did on the weekly chart right here. And also it goes up like 6 months after the low. I'm sorry, not after the cross. And well, this low right here happened in April, so it has been a month, meaning that we have like 5 months left if we follow what we did right here and what we did right here. So Bitcoin could theoretically continue going up until October, then we get some type of correction in October, and then at the end of the year we still get the fifth wave up, and that puts us at, well, $250,000. That has always been my prediction. So the setup is the exact same, and we're still waiting for Bitcoin to break the all-time highs, and I think it's going to happen in the next couple of days, well, after we are done with this correction, or maybe even after we are done with the, cross on the bull market support band. Also, I want to talk about the Ethereum chart for a second. I mean, it's still going up, which is good. It's currently fighting with the 200-day moving average, and well, by the looks of it, I mean, we're going to have a cross right here as well. So that's what the market is waiting for. It's waiting for crosses on all of the charts, and once that happens, the market is going to be ready. Now, the Ethereum chart, it went from being extremely overbought on the 4-hour to now being at an RSI of 51, and the price is in an uptrend. And like I said like 5 times throughout this video, usually when this happens the price goes up after that, so I'm waiting for that. And please do not get bearish, please do not get scared of what's happening, because this is actually extremely normal. And I mean, if you are getting scared right now, it's normal because, well, for example, if you bought it like 86 cents or maybe even up here, then you are probably may loss. But I think in the next couple of weeks, you are gonna do just fine, but you need to be patient. And yeah, we still need to wait for Bitcoin dominance to finally start breaking down. And we also need a cross right here. So this video is all about the crosses on the bull market support band. Here we need the exact opposite of what we need on the other charts. Here we need the green line to drop below the red line and for the red line to get above it. And usually, I mean, when we do get something like that, for example, like we did over here, Bitcoin dominance drops even more. So this is what we're waiting for on this chart. We are also waiting for it to drop below the bull market support band, the 200-day moving average, the 0.618 resistance level that we used as support, I think right here. And then we need to break above this low right here. And if we break below 56.78%, I will finally be able to tell you that the altcoin season has started. But until that happens, this could just be another fake out, so please be aware of that. And Cardano is doing just fine, the other altcoins are doing just fine. Now we're just waiting for the third wave of the third wave, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also check out the third wave of the third wave merchandise, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.